We'll see next problem in the non-preemptive SJF. I have written means only the table. I have not written the statement again and again. You can just copy the previous statement only. Consider the following set of that statement you can copy, and tabular form is changed so that you can copy this one. So this tabular column what I have given is different compared to that one, but the statement remains as it is, and you need to find out the average waiting time only. So you can just analyze in the tabular column. The arrival time, it is not starting from 0. It has been started with the 1 milliseconds. Okay, so let us draw what is the solution for this one. So see, look at the chart, means in the column here there is no process coming at the arrival time 0. Okay, so in this particular milliseconds, that is at 0 milliseconds, no process is coming. Okay, so here the CPU is going to be what? In an idle state, means it is not going to execute anything. It is sitting idle, it is free. Okay, so we are going to term it as a CPU stall also, means it is not going to working condition, it is not going to in a working condition. So here 0 to 1 millisecond the CPU is not executing. Okay, so it is in an idle state. So after 1 millisecond some process is coming. Which process? Process P1. So at that particular time, okay, SJF ನಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಆ ಒಂದು ಟೈಮಲ್ಲಿ 1 ಗಂಟೆನಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ ಪ್ರಾಸೆಸ್ ಇದೆ ಅಥವಾ ಒಂದಿದ್ರೆ ಅಥವಾ ಎರಡಿದ್ರೆ ಮೂರಿದ್ರೆ ಆ 3 ಜನದಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾರಿಗೆ ಲೀಸ್ಟ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಇದೆ, ಒಬ್ಬನೇ ಇದ್ರೆ ಅವನ್ನೇ ತಗೋಬೇಕು. ಇಬ್ಬರಿದ್ರೆ you need to compare who is having a least burst time. Okay, so you need to consider at that particular point of time who is having a least burst time. So that is SJF. Okay, so at particular 1 milliseconds you have got only one process, that is P1. So I'm going to schedule P1 only as a least burst time process. So 1 milliseconds ಅಲ್ಲಿ schedule ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ, and he is having the burst time of 7. So 1 plus 7 is 8. Okay, so after this 8 millisecond you can just observe all other processes have arrived. Okay, so now what I am going to choose, I am going to select the least burst time process with the already waiting process, that is P2, P3, P4, P5 as arrived in their timings 2 milliseconds, 3 milliseconds, 4 milliseconds and 5 milliseconds, which is about to come within this 7 millisecond burst times. Okay, so they will be waiting. So now I am going to select the process which is having very least burst time. So which process it is? Process P3. Okay, so P3 is having a burst time of 1 milliseconds. 8 plus 1 is 9. Okay, same way next to least burst, it is having a process P4 with the, that is 2 milliseconds. 9 plus 2 is 11. Next least is which process? That is a process P2. So he is having a 5 milliseconds. So 11 plus 5, 16. Same way last process is P5. He is having 8 milliseconds. 16 plus 8 is 24. Gantt chart is completed. Okay, so now completion time you need to write. Completion time, that is P1 is completed at 8 and P2. So P2 here it is there 16. Okay, don't get confusion. Chart drawing is different, table is different. Okay, 16 and 9, 11, 24. Look at the chart and write the completion time. And turnaround time, apply the formula CT minus AT. 7, 14, 6, 7 and 19. Okay, how I got this? Apply this one, CT minus AT. 8 minus 1, 7. 16 minus 2, 9 minus 3 and so on. Waiting time formula you apply. What is the waiting time formula? That is turnaround time minus burst time. 7 minus 7 is 0. 14 minus 5 is how much? That is 9. 5, 5 and 11. Cross verify once. So waiting time of process P1 we got 0 millisecond. That is true. Process P1, he didn't even wait. Actually CPU was waiting here at 0 millisecond. No process was there. Okay, so it was waiting actually at 1 millisecond. Process P1 arrived, so arrival time is also 1 and he got immediately chance, so 0. It is correct. Okay, process P2, we have got 9 milliseconds. Let us see whether it is true or not true. See, process P2 got execution at 11 milliseconds, but we have got 9 milliseconds. How means here 11 milliseconds we have got execution timings, but I arrived at which how many milliseconds? 2 milliseconds, right? So I need to less that 2 milliseconds. So at particular time of arrival I need to consider. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ನಾನು ಯಾವಾಗ ಬರ್ತೀನಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಕೌಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು ಟೈಮಿಂಗ್ನ. ಸೊ ನಾನು ಮನೇಲಿ ಇದ್ದಿದ್ದ ಟೈಮಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ತೊಗೊಳಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ. ಇನ್ ದ ಸೇಮ್ ವೇ ಐ ಗಾಟ್ ಚಾನ್ಸ್ ಅಟ್ 11 milliseconds, ಬಟ್ ಐ ಅರೈವ್ಡ್ ಅಟ್ 2 milliseconds. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವೈ, ಸೊ ವೆನ್ ಯು ಲೆಸ್ ದಟ್ 11 minus 2, you are going to get 9. So that is what I got in a waiting time. In the same way for this 3 processes. Okay, you can just verify, it will be verified means it is true. Okay, so then apply, that is P1 plus P2 plus P3 and P4 and 5. So you are going to get the average waiting time. So 0 plus 9 plus 5 plus 5 plus 11 and divided by how many process? 5 process. So you are going to get 6 milliseconds waiting time. For the same question, you may ask the average turnaround time. Okay, average turnaround time means what you are going to do. So select the turnaround time column and divide it by 5. That's it. Okay, so if he is going to ask the individual average waiting means individual waiting time, then you need to write process P1 0, process P2 9, process P3 5, process P4 5, process P5 11. Okay, average means, so means do the addition of all the processes and divide it by 5. Okay, so that is about the third problem. So it is actually a special condition because CPU stall was there. Okay.